Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So today join me for Premier League Game Week 12 predictions. That is right. So today we have old managers versus their old team. We have title contenders versus the bottlers, and we also have bottom of the table versus top of the table clash. So guys, like today's video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not ready. Without further ado, join me for today to predict each game in Game Week 12. So sit back, relax, get some snacks, enjoy today's video. Kicking us off on a Saturday afternoon, it is Leicester versus Chelsea. That is right, man. Leicester, man, lost 3-0 to Man United before the international break, okay? And during this international break, Leicester have apparently lost Abdul Fatawu due to an ACL injury. Not 100% confirmed yet, but I think that's what it is. They lost Jordan Ayew and Vardy also might be out for this game. So, against Chelsea, man, Leicester could have a little bare bones squad, okay? But they're up against their old manager, Enzo Maresca. So, Leicester will want to come back this week from their 3-0 defeat and prove a point to their old manager. That is right, man. They sit in 15th place, okay? They're up against Chelsea, who are third in the table. So, you know what? Chelsea aren't doing too bad this season, okay? Third place, so that's all you can ask for. They drew 1-0 to Arsenal in their last game, okay? And I've watched Chelsea, and Enzo is getting them playing the way he wants them to play right now, okay? And they're looking fairly decent, okay? Man, I can't do it to my boys, okay? So, because I support Leicester, so I can't do it to my boys. That is why I've got this game, guys, to end as a 2-2 draw. Next up, we have Bournemouth versus Brighton. That is right, Bournemouth lost 3-2 to Brentford before the international break. Not a bad game, to be fair to them. You know, they lost 3-2. You know, they put up a very good fight, to be fair. Bournemouth do sit in 12th place in the table, so they've not had a bad season at all, so they can be really happy about that, okay? Everton, who they signed from a Brazilian team, he's looking okay now as well, so to get him firing goals, they should be okay. They're up against Brighton, who beat Man City 2-1. You know what? Brighton, man, are such a good side this year, man. It's unreal. Brighton actually sit in 6th place, okay? And that win against Man City, that will give them one hell of a boost, okay? And the only manager who they've signed this season, 31 years old, okay? And he's done really well. So, fair play to him right there and the Brighton lads. But anyway, I've got this game, guys, to go one way. I've got this game to end 2-1 win for Brighton. Next we have Arsenal versus Forest, okay? So Arsenal drew 1-0 to Chelsea before the international break, okay? They sit in 4th place, and personally, I think they are out the title race now. I know it's still early days, only 11 games in, but for me, Arsenal just can't seem to keep up with the rest of them. So they're up against Forest, okay, who lost 3-1 to Newcastle. I put Chris Wood in my FPL team, okay? And he didn't score, so bad luck right there. He didn't even have a shot on goal. So, but during the international break though, he did score a hat-trick for New Zealand. So that can probably bring him some confidence going in to this game to keep Forest high in the table. But just on that, I think Arsenal will be a bit too good for Forest, and that's why I've got Arsenal to beat Forest 2-0. Villa versus Crystal Palace. That was right, man. Villa lost 2-0 to Liverpool for the international break. Villa had 2 corners, okay? Liverpool left 2 players forward, and yeah, both of their goals came from counter-attacking corners. So Villa will need to work on that if they want to, you know, do okay. They do sit in 9th, okay? But yeah, overall, they just got outdone by tactics from Liverpool. So we'll see what happens with this game. They're up against Palace, okay, who sit in the bottom 3. They lost 2-0 to their London rivals, Fulham, before the international break. So you know what, Glasner, man, I'm not sure. I've heard they're looking at, like, you know, his performances over the time, and but I think he's a good manager. So I think give him time, give him some money for the January transfer window, and see how he gets on, because I think he'll be okay. But anyway, I've got this game to end as a very boring win for Aston Villa. That's why I got Villa, guys, to beat Palace 1-0. Next, we have Everton versus Brentford, okay? So Everton drew 0-0 to West Ham. Fairly decent point for them. Another clean sheet for Jordan Pickford, okay? And yeah, they're out of relegation zone right now. So if they keep picking up points like that, they will be okay. Because Fulham, Everton are a bit good to go down. But we'll see what happens, guys. The Premier League is full of surprises, okay. They're up against Brentford, who beat Bournemouth 3-2. So fantastic win for them right there. You know what? Brentford are looking good this season. They had a bit of trouble the game before, but they bounced back last week and won. Brentford do sit in 11th place, so they've had again yet okay season this year. So they can be proud of that. I do have this game though to end as a Brentford win. That's why I got Brentford to beat Everton 2-1. Next up we have Fulham versus Wolves, okay. So Fulham sit in 7th place this season, okay. They've won 2 games on the bounce, okay. Marco Silva is doing a fantastic job for Fulham right now, okay. And they're looking a solid side, okay. They've got some good depth in the squad now, okay. Smith Rowe is looking okay. They bring on Abadam Traore, during last half an hour, and he literally destroys the fullbacks, and that is what you can ask for from a substitute, okay. That's instant impact, and yeah, you know what, Fulham are looking good. They're sitting 7th place, and fair play to them right there. They're in the Europa League spot. They're up against Wolves, who got their first win of the season against also relegation battlers Southampton. So fantastic win for Wolves right there, 2-0, okay. So that can hopefully now push their season on to become, an okay season, considering they had such a poor start. But you know what, Gary O'Neill is a decent manager, and I think he'll get them playing now. And but unfortunately, though, the way Fulham are right now, they're just a bit good for Wolves. Okay, so that's why I've got Fulham to beat Wolves 3-1. Next, we have Man City versus Spurs. Okay, so both of these teams lost before the international break. Man City lost 2-1 to Brighton, okay. That's put a massive dent in their title contender, okay, race. Pep's always like, we lost all our defenders, but you still got a pretty good defence. So, you know what, him saying that, it just does not make sense. You still have some world-class players in defence, so it's just an excuse for him to lose that game, okay. And they're up against Spurs, who also lost 2-1 to Ipswich Town, okay. And, oh, man, Spurs, guys, look. What do I say about Spurs? Angelopoulos, whatever his name is. I don't know about him. He gets to play some good football, but again, Spurs are always having trouble of keeping the goals out and even winning these games, okay. And Spurs will always be bottlers to me, and that is just terrible. But I do have Man City, guys, to bounce back this week, okay, and thrash Spurs, which could put Ange on the verge of being sacked. That is right, man. I got Man City to beat Spurs 3-0. We have bottom versus top. It's Southampton versus Liverpool, okay. So Southampton sit bottom of the league, okay. They lost 2-0 to their relegation rivals, Wolves 2-0. Again, Russell Martin has apparently got a few games left to prove his managing role, okay. And he could be the next manager sacked if it doesn't improve anytime soon, okay. So yeah, they lost 2-0 to their relegation rivals. That is pretty poor, okay. They're up against Liverpool, who are top of the table, beat Villa 2-0 on the counter attack. You know what? Ern Slot, man, has got them playing the same way Klopp got them to play, but with better counter attacking football. So Ern Slot, man, he has truly earned his manager's spot in that Liverpool team, okay. And gotta say, fair play to him right there. I do have this game though to be a very easy win for Liverpool. That is why I got Liverpool to beat Southampton 4-0, which will put Russell Martin on the verge of being sacked. Next we have Ipswich Town versus Man United, okay. So Ipswich with a 2-1 win against Spurs for the international break, which puts them out of the relegation zone, okay. And Liam Delap is going to be the difference between relegation and staying up this year between the teams, okay. Liam Delap is a fantastic player, man. He works super hard for the team. He's super strong. He's going to be the difference between which team stays up this season, okay. They're up against Man United, who have announced their new manager, Ruben Amorim, who takes charge for the first time against Ipswich Town, okay. And you know what, I've heard some good things about this manager, Ruben Amorim, okay. He beat Man City for Sporting CP in the Champions League a few weeks ago, okay? They're fairly easy as well, and you know what? The way he plays his roles, I think he will have a massive effect on Man United, okay? So this could be a massive signing for Man United, okay? And you Man United fans can be excited for this appointment, okay? So Ruben Amorim, he could be the next big thing, okay? So keep an eye out for that one. But anyway, just on that, I do have Man United, because he's had all the international break to work with his players. I've got this game to end as a Man United win. I've got Man United to beat Ipswich 3-0. We are down to the final game this weekend. It is Newcastle versus West Ham, okay? So Newcastle beat Forest 3-1, okay? Isaac with another goal, and he's looking a good player, okay? Harvey Barnes is back on the score sheet. Personally, Harvey Barnes should be starting. Isaac is finally scoring goals again, and he's going to be crucial for them this year, okay? So Newcastle have turned their season around slightly, and you know what, they can start to push on now, you know, try and get as high as possible. Up against West Ham, who personally have been very underwhelming this season, okay? Their manager Locatelli, I don't know about him. I don't think he was the right man to take over from David Moyes, because he's obviously, you know, he's a manager that plays very safe, okay? And for West Ham, I don't know, I think with Russell Martin, just like him, I think he's on the verge of being sacked as well if results do not improve, okay? So yeah, I'm not sure about him. I'm not sure about Locatelli, whatever his name is. I don't think he's the right manager for West Ham. I'm sure you West Ham fans also agree with my choice as well. But anyway, just on that alone, I do have Newcastle to beat West Ham 2-1. And there you go, guys. That's my Premier League Game Week 12 predictions. If you'd like to see the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not ready, and yeah, man, we are back to the Premier League. No more international breaks until March, so we've got plenty of time to enjoy Premier League football, okay? So anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you next week for a brand new one. Good, and good night.